Stop. Good Sunday fun day evening, YouTuberinos. Welcome back to another edition of the Thomas and
Haley Show.
In this episode of the Thomas and Haley Show, we're going to talk like this. No, in this episode of the
like this.
in this episode of the Thomas and Haley Show, we are going to talk about using our canes versus sighted guide because everybody likes different things, and it's all about personal preference. So
Oh, and also another thing that we're going to cover on this is if someone else who is sighted who wants to help you, how would be the best way to do it. We'll explain what that means as we go along.
Yeah, and also another part of that is how make sure you explain to the sighted person how you want them to help you. Anyways, would you like to greet the YouTuberinos, Kitty Cat?
Good Sunday fun day evening, YouTuberinos. Excuse the background noise. My folks are watching TV and I'm wrapping up dinner.
Nice. No worries. Chris?
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, everybody. Let's get the show on the road. Do what we got to do.
Absolutely. Okay. So for me, I'll start. For me, when I go out, I like to hold on to someone's arm. It's just easier that way. You don't have to lug your cane around, and you don't have to worry about
the skills, though.
folding it or unfolding it and all that mess.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Do you do it by the elbow or just the arm part itself, like the forearm?
The arm. No, just the arm.
Oh, okay.
There's a preference.
Now, when I go out, I will say this: I do take my cane with me so people know that I'm blind.
Yeah.
I just
but
don't.
You prefer not to use it?
No, I prefer sighted guide.
It does because not everyone is confident with their cane skills enough.
No,
to not rely on it.
But also, it depends on the circumstances. Sometimes I prefer to use my cane, but there are times because of my CP, it's just easier to hold on to somebody. Depending upon their familiarity, I would either their forearm or their hand, depending upon the familiarity of the person. Yep. I don't do elbows. I have a hard time with something like that. But it depends on the terrain. It depends on. There's a lot of variables, guys. Yep. And also another aspect would be guide dogs too. I would prefer a cane over a guide dog. For the same reason, I can't feel, and it's hard to hear a guide dog give commands and feel them give commands. So guide dog is out of the question for someone like me.
Yeah.
What about you, Haley?
So with me, guide dog absolutely not, because my sense of direction sucks. So say for instance, with me using a cane, I would like to use the tactile clues, you do the timer stuff. No. So when I use the cane, hang on, can you stop that?
It's not mine.
Sorry, no, that was my mom's. Sorry, continue, Haley.
Okay. What I was saying was I like doing the little tactile clues with the cane by making sure following a grass shoreline or knowing how if here's
echolocation.
Basically. Yeah, the echolocation.
Amazon.
There you go. That
Change
basically
wake
helps
word
me.
to Alexa.
Traveling in the rain is
you
my
can
worst.
call me Alexa on this
It always has.
seconds.
So when something like that, I rather do sighted guide with somebody. I also use the cane in my right hand, but I'll have the extra security with the secure of the person's elbow.
Right.
With their right elbow with my left hand.
But when it's you're with Chris, for example, if you're with Chris and he has to use crutches, will you hold on to his shoulder, or how would you go about that since he has to use crutches?
Sometimes I do, but lately I've actually been getting better with you can confirm this, babe. I'm actually getting better with following the sound of his crutches. I make sure he's at least a good amount of feet away, ahead of me, so I don't trip over his foot, or I don't trip over my cane and all that stuff.
Okay.
Now, with other people who are I just meet them or whatever. Today, for example, to the church that we went to this morning, because it wasn't our regular church.
Yep.
It was a person that I didn't know her, but I asked her if she can assist me to locate something in the bathroom. So I took her by the elbow and she guided me to what I was looking for, which was very nice. She could have said no, like I'm not comfortable or whatever, but she said, of course I'm glad to help you. So, but if someone would approach me, they would always say, like, excuse me, like, ma'am, do you need some help?
Right.
And, like, if so, how can I help you?
Yep.
And then that's what I would explain to them what sighted guide is, because not everybody knows what that is. So
Yeah.
I would explain to them, in my opinion, the proper way to do sighted guide, at least with me, is with me hanging onto the elbow, or them hanging onto mine, or etc. Because if you have me hang onto your shoulder, that's a more better way for you to accidentally bump me into a pole.
Right.
And not only that, it's also a safety hazard. But I was just saying that, because with Chris being the way he is and requires crutches, I wasn't sure how that would go about with that. But also because of my condition, I have to do it on my left side. Otherwise, I would either have a death grip on my right hand or I would lose grip and I won't know that I've lost grip. So when I do sighted guide, and another thing that I would like for you guys to understand is don't physically push us or guide us, turn us around. Like, don't physically turn us. Use verbal direction instead. Do not try to physically turn us. That can become a safety hazard.
Yeah, and also don't grab our arms.
Do not grab us.
Yeah.
Use verbal commands and help. Don't just take over. Like I've said in my show before, do not just simply take over. You like, oh, I'm your mom. I can just take over. No,
Yes.
don't do that. Don't do that.
When a blind person says, or a visually impaired person says, may I hold on to your arm? It doesn't mean you grab the person's arm. It means that you take. It means that the blind person or the visually impaired person takes your arm.
Yes, and it grabs it very gently.
Never grab onto a blind person's arm.
No, it's disrespectful and
Dumb.
it can be threatening. It can also be threatening.
Yeah.
It can.
Yep.
Now, another thing I would say about that is because there are some people who are fully blind, like myself, who they feel like they're fully independent, which is great. If they know where they're going, doesn't matter what area they're in. If they know where they're going, they don't need help. Great.
Right.
So if someone tells you like, no, thank you, like I'm good, I appreciate it, and then they keep persisting on, well, let me help you.
Yeah, don't do
You
that.
need to put your foot up and
Don't
say
do
no.
that. Don't do that.
Don't do that, because then that just means like you're pretty much
You're
being
aggressive.
worrisome
Now
and
you're
all that
becoming
stuff.
aggressive. Now you're becoming aggressive.
Now, as a blind person, you have to communicate to the sighted person how you want them to help you, guide you.
Exactly. So you can either say, can I grab your elbow, or can you give me verbal directions? Because you may not need the physical sighted guide. You can ask for directions, like roughly in 10 steps, you turn left or whatever.
Yep.
Because some people, they can just follow verbal directions. They don't need the physical sighted guide. But for some people, they do, which is not a problem.
Right.
And of course, don't do the this way, that way. Don't go this way. What way, dude?
Or
don't do that.
When someone says your left, no, your other left. You're right. No, your other right.
So dumb.
That is so dumb and so ignorant.
That's more confusing to me. So I was like, hold up, let's start. Like what?
They used to do that to me, and I thought it was a joke. But then as I got older and more
sometimes.
aware,
the people don't mean to do it. Obviously, they're like, I'm
no.
sorry, I wasn't trying to.
I always took it as a joke, but now that I've gotten more aware of the proper etiquette of giving direction, it's become it's so. Yes, there's common sense. Yes, we make a mistake and go left, we meant to go right. We understand that. That's a true innocent mistake that anybody could make. But don't get all sarcastic and smart ass. But no, you're other right.
Dumb.
Don't do that. That's don't. That's just no. Don't.
What were you gonna say, babe? You were gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say also sound cues help too.
Oh yeah.
Like say like if you're coming towards a door.
Yep.
If somebody were to like tap on the handle, grab the handle in the way where they can, where the blind or visually impaired person can hear you about to open it. That'll give them a cue to step aside so they won't be right in front of the door.
Right.
Right. Or
Or
when
if
you're
it's-
at a restaurant and and your partner's with you and you tap on the spot where where the chair's at, and you gently go,
Yeah.
Yep.
sounds.
Yeah.
Or like for another example,
Mm-hmm.
say like with me and Haley, if we had to go across the walkway to our leasing office,
Yep.
I would to make sure she's either right behind me or
beside
on my
you.
side. Yeah, I would tap my crutch
Mm-hmm.
a couple times so she can know my position and she'll know where to go.
Right.
And I've gotten better with that too. So,
Yep.
another thing that I think is useful to know,
Yep.
for someone who is I guess like a blind traveler for like the echolocation kind of understanding things, is like listening for sounds, like because you know how sometimes you can sense like there's like an opening to a hallway or opening to like a door that's already open or something like that, because that could be helpful too, and that could be due to someone like opening the door previously going, oh, it's still open, I can still able to go in or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. No, the air fryer stopped. Okay. So yeah, that at least for me, that's also helpful because I've gotten better with going. Okay, like slightly to my left, there's a hallway, or straight ahead of me is a doorway where the door is open.
Right.
Because there's some people where there's such a direction like that's not that great, where they accidentally run into the wall, going, oops, and then the door is like slightly to the left, going, oh, I almost had it. So something like that, I think, can also be helpful too, where if someone says, oh, you're about to run into a wall. Now, you may not know you're about to run into a wall. Like someone says, excuse me, but you're about to run into a wall.
Right.
And then some people, they go, oh, thank you, I appreciate that, because they honestly didn't know. Or some people
Right.
like, oh, I know I was going to, because I would use the wall to relocate myself to find where a door is. Because sometimes I do that. Because I'm like, I know where it is, but I just veered off a bit to the right or something like that. So,
See what you like.
No, it's me. My phone messed up. My phone messed up.
It's fine, Shelby.
That's fine.
Go ahead, babe. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you to how is traveling in the rain? Does that give y'all any difficulty?
No.
No, I actually can see better. So depending upon, that's a good question, Chris. Now, for someone like me who is partial visual, I prefer to, like, in overcast. I see better in overcast. If I have walked in the rain, it is more difficult because my glasses. I do wear glasses. So it can be more hazardous. If I'm walking in the rain, I'd have to take off my glasses and walk very slowly and get to a safe place to stop.
Right.
To walk in the rain. Because I've gone on therapy walks before, and all of a sudden it would start to rain, and I would have to take off my glasses and walk home slowly, and I would still be able to see where I'm going, but it's still very hazardous. And so I try not to walk when it's pouring down rain. For that reason, but I actually prefer like the cloudier it is, the easier it is to see. Now, depending upon your cane tip, I prefer to use stationary ceramic tips as opposed to marshmallow roller tips.
Right.
Because the roller tips are obstructed when it's raining.
Right.
Really?
Actually,
Yes.
yes, it is actually.
Please explain that.
I think for me, at least, because I do have a marshmallow tip, because that's the tip that I have. There's been some times where if it's raining, we pick it out of the ground and rotate it. So.
Right.
See, mine is
able to do that.
stationary. Mine is a stationary ceramic tip, so it's stationary, so you can move it side to side, and you still get the sound, and it doesn't.
Yeah, you'll still get the same sounds. Yeah.
And they don't
It's
make
just not constantly moving.
No, and the funny thing is, they don't make it. They don't make those tips anymore, and I'm so disappointed because that's the
Shelby, according to what I know, making those tips is too expensive compared to the marshmallow tips. From what
of course it is.
Really?
Because it's ceramic.
Yeah.
Yes, it's ceramic, and they want to make you they want to give us the cheapest and the crappiest stuff because they want to make more money off of us instead of making us good stuff, good cane materials.
Yep.
They
Yeah,
would rather us have the
Yeah.
safety hazards.
Mm-hmm.
And with me being with cerebral palsy and blind and have to use the cane, I would much prefer that ceramic, the stationary tip, as opposed to that marshmallow, because I could fall and hurt myself pretty good and not feel it.
Yeah.
So that is for me. Cannot have marshmallow tips. That is a safety hazard for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thomas, what were you gonna say? 'Cause you were gonna say something.
We were saying something, Thomas.
I was.
You were about to say something. I don't
Yeah.
know what.
I don't remember.
Did you lose your train of thought?
I don't remember.
That sounds like me. That's okay.
But
Oh, Chris was gonna ask you something, Thomas.
yo,
Which tip do you have?
the marshmallow tip.
Marshmallow. Okay.
Was that the only kind of tip you ever had, Thomas, or do you
Yeah,
remember
yep.
using other kinds?
That's the only tip I ever had.
Have you guys ever had the big ball tips?
Yeah.
No.
I've had that one time before.
Is that harder or easier to use?
Honestly,
Can't say.
can't say because it's been a long time since I've used that tip. But the tips I mainly used was the marshmallow and the donuts.
Huh.
The donut for me was nice.
Did it have jelly in it? Just kidding.
Yes, it has powder and yes. Between the marshmallow and the donut? The donut is round shape. It's a little bit whiter, I guess I can describe it as. And I guess to me, you're able to have like a better, I guess, chance of like your tip, I guess, like having like the regular like rotation, I guess, the tip.
Huh.
So like you're able to like find stuff on the ground easily, I guess.
Right.
Is it stationary or does it move?
The donut one moves. The one that's stationary for the only stationary tip I ever used was the pencil tip.
Oh, okay.
Because you tip
do they
have it
still
on the
make
ground, but it
pencil
doesn't
tips?
move. So at least not that I can remember.
Do they still make pencil tips? Because
I have no idea because I don't like them. So
Yeah. Well, I
I
can't
don't-
have a moving tip. That's a safety hazard for me.
yeah, we understand, Shelby. We do.
So if you guys,
One of those in years, honestly.
Yeah.
oh wow,
If you guys have topics for us to discuss in the Thomas and Haley show, you can put them in the comments below of this video or
Yeah.
any other of Thomas's videos.
correct.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching.
And
guys.
also,
Yeah?
if you have your preferred use of sighted guide dog, cane, or whatever, drop those in the comments. We'll read them.
Absolutely.
And remember, everyone is a talent. Anytime it's because of talent.
Yep, y'all.
Don't ever think blind is better than everything sighted.
Tough guys.
Y'all take care.
Take care, y'all.